y'all. I've been debating this shit all my goddamn life, and I'm putting it to rest right now. This is a group. It is not a quality solo album. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's not, goddammit. I'm sorry for getting mad. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Kweli, and you are here again for another edition of CD Case Studies. Today, we're going into the book and talking about one of my favorite hip-hop duos of all time, especially the raucous era. These motherfuckers drop some crazy shit. It consists of one of my favorite MCs of all time, you already know, and one of my favorite producers of all time. This motherfucker's got heat, talking about none other than Talib Kweli and DJ Hi-Tek Voltron together to become Reflection Eternal. It's a group, nigga. It ain't no solo shit with one, no, group. They got a name, so that's what the fuck it is. So we're gonna open the book right here and talk about some of my favorite projects, but it only dropped 2. And I only own 1 physically, but I'm gonna tell you a story about the other shit. We gonna get into the shit. But the first album I'm gonna talk about is the album that, of course, everybody has if you were a fan of Reflection Eternal, especially Kweli and Hi-Tek. And we're talking about none other than Train of Thought. Now this shit dropped back in 2000 and is one of my favorite albums of all time at the raucous fucking era. Like literally, it's one of my top 5 raucous albums and one of my top 5 Kweli albums in general as well. I mean, yeah, well, albums that Kweli was involved with. Now, I didn't find out about this album until after I listened to Kweli. I was late to Reflection Eternal, and actually, I found out about Reflection Eternal on accident, kind of, sort of. Like, here's story time, y'all. Okay, so I was a big Kweli dude, but I really didn't know about Reflection Eternal. I just knew about Kweli and the shit he did with Mos Def, the Black Star and shit like that. So I was watching TV. I don't know what I was watching, but I think I was watching like MTV Jams. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was like 2000, like something, like 5 maybe. It was a while. I'm not gonna, don't get mad at me, goddammit. But I was watching it, and then they end up playing like the video for the song The Blast, and I was like, is that Kweli? He looks a lot younger, but that looks like Kweli. And then that beat came in, then doom, doom, doom. And then it was in the fucking rain and shit. I couldn't have rapped in the rain like that. I was like, nigga, give me an umbrella. I ain't got time for this shit. But that was a fucking crazy fucking song. Yeah, you pronounce my name, Kweli. Well, the sample didn't even say Kweli, but it sounded close enough, so they said, fuck it. But basically, that song got me like, yo, who the fuck is this shit? Well, what the fuck is this shit? I knew who it was, but I was like, yo, they got an album that I don't know about. So I went out, found out where I get it, copped this goddamn shit, and goddamn it, this album is fucking classic, y'all. So many goddamn great tracks up on here. First of all, it's all produced by Hi-Tek, who I really wasn't too familiar with. I mean, I was familiar with him from like, you know, the Kweli stuff, but like when I really heard a full Hi-Tek project produced, I was like, yo, this motherfucker got beats. I mean, we got tracks like Move Something, The Blast, of course, Down for the Count, Soul Rebels, Eternalist. I mean, like the whole goddamn album. It was a hefty motherfucker. It was like 20 tracks, but it was a fucking beast of a goddamn album. He had Rod Digger on there, Exhibit. The one and only De La Soul was up on that motherfucker. Dave Chappelle was on there. You know, Dave Chappelle was on a lot of raucous shit back in the day. That was before he blew up with Chappelle's Show. He was like really like the resident comedian for like raucous, which was pretty fucking dope at the time. And it was just a really fucking crazy dope album. Hi-Tek and Kweli have a lot of good chemistry on this motherfucking album, and I understand why this shit came out after like Black Star. Like, I mean, like they just had that same thing. I mean, I guess after the momentum from Black Star, the shit that they did, they was like, yo, we need to do an album together. And yo, this shit came out fantastic, and it was a great catapult to get Kweli to get set up for his actual real debut album that was Kweli. But I love this fucking album. If you've never heard of Train of Thought, you definitely gotta check that shit out. And even though tell you what, y'all, I'm getting, look, you see these fucking clear, stop making these CDs like this though, for real. Like, cause I can see the camera and shit. It's all production values getting fucked up right now. It's all good though. I'm not mad, but I'm a little perturbed. But it happens. But this album is classic. This union is classic. And I was so happy that after, like, well, technically it was 10 years, but for me it was only 5. But that's still a lot of fucking years to wait that they came back and dropped another one. And that album, that is the album that, here's the story time, y'all. Okay, so their next album after that was called Revolutions Per Minute, and I was so fucking hyped to get that album. I was like, yo, we finally get another Reflection Eternal album. I'm hyped. I was looking forward to this shit. The shit drops, and then for some reason, in my area of Atlanta, they didn't carry that CD anywhere. I went to every single goddamn store in my area, and for some reason, they did not carry that shit. And I found out that goddamn Warner Brothers undershipped the goddamn album. A whole bunch of shit fucked up with that album. So I had to buckle down and get the shit on iTunes, and I was pissed. And then like 4 months later, like in a completely different area of like where I lived, that I found like a CD copy of it, but I was like, fuck it at that point. I was pissed off at Warner Brothers for pulling that bullshit. But that album is fucking great. It's got a lot of dope tracks on there. City Playgrounds, Just Begun, In This World, Strangers. I mean, actually this album was, it's not as good as Train of Thought, but goddamn it, for 10 years off, this was a dope fucking album. I mean, they had Bun B up on there. They had Idol Worship, but Idol Worship, that was on the first one too. J. Cole was on there. Most Def was on there. Jay Electronica was on that motherfucker. I mean, they had some heavy hitters on that shit. They came back with a vengeance. They had some fucking dope ass fucking motherfuckers on that album. Production was great. It sounded like a new revitalized Reflection Eternal. I just hate the fact that the album got like no fucking promo. Nobody really knew about this shit except for like the diehard fans, and it just didn't do that goddamn well. And the access to it physically was just fucked up. So I was pissed off about that shit. I really wanted a goddamn CD version of it, but I wanted to get it at the time. So like I already had it, I already soaked in the album like months later. So I might pick it up though. I might pick it up, but it's definitely an album you should also check out. But Reflection Eternal themselves as a group is one of the best hip-hop duos of all time. Everything they've put out has been grade A classic hip-hop. And it's been like 6 years since y'all done dropped some shit. I mean, I hope y'all ain't doing the whole every 10 year shit, because I ain't got time for that shit, nigga. Y'all can do something at least. I mean, y'all don't have to. I mean, y'all gave us 2 albums. That's more than most duos do. Most duos stop at 1, so I appreciate that. But that's gonna do it for today's CD case studies, y'all. Hope you enjoyed me talking about Reflection Eternal, Kweli and Hi-Tek, one of the best hip-hop duos of all time. Great chemistry, 2 great albums. And I mean, as far as like producer MC duos go, they up there. They up in the upper echelon. I mean, they up there with the greats. So hey, if you have not heard any of these albums that I told y'all about, check the shit out. You will not be disappointed, because it is some grade A top-notch hip-hop that just doesn't have an expiration date. The shit don't spoil. It's like them cans of cream corn in your pantry. You want them to just expire, but like it's still like 10 years left on that shit, so you just look at it like, motherfucker, I'm not eating you. What am I talking about? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Previous videos on the side, some fucking where you know what I do, as well as my single. Check that out, show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, links in the description below, and subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, CD case studies twice a week, as well as movie reviews. Check that shit out, and my gaming channel. And if you are an indie anything artist, movie maker, game dude, whatever, fuck, you do some shit you want spotlighted, info below, and I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, Reflection Eternal, Kweli, Hi-Tek, the CD case study, them niggas are dope, and they are a group, and I'm not gonna hear any more shit about this. That's a Kweli solo album. No, it ain't, nigga. It ain't. It's not. Stop it. God damn it. Don't piss me off. I'm out of here.